Welcome to your journey into sleep. I will be here to help you relax and drift into a deep and peaceful sleep. This is the Bedtime Stories space, where every story is like a gentle breeze, washing away all the noise and bringing peace to your mind. Now find a very comfortable position. Close your eyes, relax your shoulders, and let go of all thoughts. Let tonight's gentle story guide you to sweet dreams and immerse you in a deep sleep. And now let's listen to tonight's story. The whisper of autumn. Today was a long and weary day. You can feel the tension from the early morning still clinging to your shoulders. The noisy sounds of the city, the echoing car horns, the incessant phone rings, and the flashing neon light seem to have followed you right into your small room. You take a deep breath, feeling the cool, crisp air of an autumn evening, and then you close your eyes, letting your mind gently drift on a breeze carrying the scent of Anne, old forest, and the golden orange hue of leaves. It leads you to a small trail where your first step touches a rustling carpet of dry leaves. That sound is soft, pleasant, like a gentle invitation. Ahead, the city lights gradually fade, replaced by the last rays of sun filtering through the canopy, forming shimmering golden pillars of light, glittering like jewels. You walk on, each step distinctly feeling the softness of the leaf layer beneath your feet. The noise from before has now vanished, leaving only the whisper of the wind, the rustle of leaves, and your own gentle breath. The air is pure, cool, filled with the sweet fragrance of earth, of damp wood, and of something very ancient. You take a deep breath, feeling your chest lighten. Your worries seem to dissolve with the breeze. Ahead, two old maple trees with crowns red like blood lean into each other, forming a natural gateway. The leaves sway gently, as if waving an invitation. You step forward without a hint of hesitation, and as your foot passes through that gateway, you feel a strange quiet envelop you, as if the entire noisy world behind has completely closed. Now you're alone in the autumn forest, with a peace you haven't felt in a long time. You venture deeper inside. The foliage grows denser. The light becomes softer, more golden, and everything is immersed in a tranquil, serene atmosphere. You arrive beside a giant oak tree, its bark gnarled, its roots snaking around a large rock. You sit down, leaning your back against the sturdy trunk, feeling its cool, solid strength, and then a strange sensation arises. You are not alone. A presence is very near, very gentle. You look up and see a form woven from twilight and drifting leaves. It has no fixed shape, sometimes like a wisp of mist, sometimes like a dance of swaying branches. It is the spirit of the autumn forest, and it does not speak with words. but with warm, gentle emotions sent directly into your mind. It asks you about the weariness you carry, not to interrogate, but to understand. You feel the burdens in your heart gradually melt away, like smoke dispersing in the wind. The forest spirit hands you a dry, brittle maple leaf, and you take it, feeling the tiny veins on its surface. A soft message echoes in your consciousness. Everything has its time. This leaf has fulfilled its purpose, and now it is preparing for a long sleep, so peaceful. Observe it. Learn from it. You close your eyes and listen. The song of the forest begins to play, the wind whistling through the leaves like a melodious tune, the sound of a distant stream babbling, the faint chirping of insects, all blending together, creating a symphony of silence, a soothing lullaby. You let your soul follow these sounds, feeling every cell in your body relax, every muscle soften, your breath slows and deepens. The forest spirit leads you along the small stream, the water so clear you can see every pebble, every grain of sand at the bottom. The sunlight shines down, making the water sparkle as if sprinkled with gold. The spirit explains this is the stream of memories, where worries, sorrows, when their time comes, are carried away by the gentle water like dry leaves falling. You bend down, pick up a few dry leaves onto each leaf. You project something that weighs heavy on your heart, a vague fear, an unfinished task, a word that saddened you. You feel them, weightless and brittle in your hand. Then one by one, you release them onto the water. You watch them spin, drift slowly away, carried by the gentle current, and disappear from sight with each leaf released. You feel as if a burden in your heart is loosened. Your breath becomes lighter. Your shoulders feel less heavy. You stand there, hands empty, watching the stream carry your worries away, feeling an unprecedented lightness, a sense of freedom, serenity. The forest spirit smiles, a smile not with eyes, but with a warmth spreading through the air. Then it leads you to a small clearing in the forest, where a gigantic ancient tree stands, its foliage glowing yellow like a gentle flame. Suddenly, a soft breeze passes, and a whispered message enters your mind. Behold their final dance, and then thousands of yellow, red, orange leaves begin to leave their branches. They do not fall hastily, but twirl, glide, dance in the air. Under the golden afternoon sun, they are like small flames, magnificent butterflies, performing a beautiful ballet. The forest spirit explains that the leaves are not sad. They are fully savoring their final moment of freedom. They teach us that letting go is not a loss, but a natural, beautiful, and necessary part of the cycle of life, a release to make way for new beginnings. You lie down on the soft carpet of leaves, gazing up at the sky through the dance of the leaves. You feel yourself merging with the scenery, completely relaxed, completely at peace. All tension, all thought has dissolved. You are now just a part of the forest, of the autumn. The dusk gradually falls. The western sky dyed deep purple. The first stars twinkling in the sky. The air grows cooler. The forest spirit leads you to a small cave, warm, sheltered by tree roots and vines inside. A soft carpet of moss and fragrant dry leaves awaits you. You step in and feel an absolute safety, like returning to your most primordial home. The forest spirit begins to sing a wordless lullaby, a sound like wind through mountain cracks, like the whisper of plants, like the gentle pulse of the earth. A soft promise echoes this forest. This peace will always be within you whenever you close your eyes and seek it. As you doze off, the image of the forest spirit gradually becomes transparent, blending into the night, becoming part of the forest. You know you are not alone. You are embraced, protected, and then in your sleep you dream of dawn. The first rays of the new day filter through the leaves. The morning dew glitters like diamonds on spider webs on wildflower petals. The forest is quiet in a different way, full of freshness and promise. Everything is serene and beautiful. A final whisper, the voice of the forest spirit, sounds in the wind. Rest now. Autumn will guard your dreams. Everything will be all right. Let your breath grow slow. Let your heart be calm. Let go and sink. The story gently closes. The image of the forest fades, leaving only the warmth of the cave, your gentle breath and absolute stillness. A deep, profound peace, gently guiding you into a sleep that is truly deep, truly sound. A profound stillness settles around you now, a deep and comforting silence that seems to pulse with a gentle life of its own. The moss beneath you feels softer than any fabric, cradling your body in a cool, velvety embrace. The air in the small cave is still, carrying the faint, sweet scent of decaying leaves and wet stone. A scent that is ancient and profoundly calming. You can still feel the echo of the spirit's presence, not as a form, but as a feeling, a warmth that lingers in. The air, like the last trace of sunlight on a rock, it wraps around you, a silent promise that you are safe, that you are watched over. From outside the cave's entrance, the sounds of the forest night begin to weave their own soft lullaby. It is not a song of silence, but a symphony of the most delicate noises. A cricket chirps somewhere far away, its rhythm slow and steady, like a tiny, patient metronome. You hear the occasional rustle, perhaps a small creature, a mouse or a shrew, moving through the leaf litter on its nightly business. Its footsteps are light, cautious, a soft whisper, against the earth. High above, the leaves of the great trees sigh as a night breeze moves through them. It is not the lively whisper of the day, but a deeper, more resonant sound, the sound of the forest breathing in its sleep. You adjust your position on the bed of moss, feeling every muscle in your body finally, completely let go. The weight of your limbs feels comforting, a pleasant heaviness that anchors you to this safe haven. You pull the cloak of dry leaves closer around you, and they emit a soft, papery crinkle, a sound so fragile and quiet it seems to be part of the dream you are about to enter. You close your eyes, and the darkness behind your eyelids is not empty. It is filled with the gentle afterimage of the dancing golden leaves. They swirl in the blackness, slow and graceful, their vibrant colors muted to soft glows in your mind's eye. Then the spirit's voice returns, not as a sound that touches your ears, but as a thought that forms directly in the center of your mind, clear and calm. Let the forest hold you, it says. There is no past to regret in this moment, no future to fear. There is only now, this breath, this peace. Feel the earth beneath you. Solid and enduring, it has borne the weight of countless seasons, and it bears your weight now. Without question, without effort, you are as much a part of this cycle as the falling leaf, as the sleeping seed. There is no need to be anything or do anything, but simply be. You follow the guidance, you feel the solid, unyielding support of the ground beneath the soft moss. You feel the cool air entering your body with each inhale, and as you exhale, you release the very last remnants of the day. You let go of the need to think, the need to plan, the need to understand. You simply exist, a quiet consciousness in a vast, sleeping world. The distant hoot of an owl rolls through the night like a soft drum, a deep and soothing sound that seems to mark the passage of this tranquil time. It does not startle you. It only deepens your sense of belonging, the boundary between your body and the bed of moss begins to gently blur. You can no longer tell where the softness of the moss ends and the softness of your own relaxation begins. You are merging with the tranquility, becoming part of the cave, part of the night, the symphony of small sounds grows fainter, not because they are stopping, but because you are sinking deeper, descending into a state of rest, so profound that the outside world becomes a distant, beautiful rumor. The spirit's final thought is a brush of warmth against your soul. Sleep. The forest whispers with 1,000 silent voices, and dream of nothing but peace. A gentle pull, a soft current of air that is more feeling than wind, now guides you deeper, not out of the cave, but within yourself, into a landscape of memory and release that the spirit has woven just for you. You find yourself standing at the edge of a vast, still lake, its surface like dark glass. perfectly reflecting the star-strewn velvet of the night sky. This is the lake of letting go, a place deeper and more serene than the stream you visited before. The air here is utterly motionless, filled with a profound silence that feels like a balm to your soul. The Spirit is here, not as a form you can see, but as a quiet understanding in your heart, a presence that encourages you to look down at your own hands, and there you see they are no longer empty. They hold smooth, cold stones, each one a different weight, a different size. You do not remember picking them up, yet you know they have been with you for a long time, without being told what each stone represents. One is a heavy, jagged gray rock, the weight of an old resentment you have carried for years. Another is a smooth, black pebble polished by worry, the constant anxiety about a future you cannot control. A third is rough and sharp, the memory of a harsh word spoken or received. You turn them over in your palms, feeling their familiar, burdensome shapes, their coldness seeping into your skin. A soft, intuitive thought, the Spirit's voice in its purest form, flows into your mind. You have carried them long enough. It whispers, they are not part of you, they are only weights you chose to hold. Look at the water, see how still it is, see how deep its peace. You look at the dark, mirror-like surface of the lake. It holds the reflections of the stars so perfectly it is impossible to tell where the sky ends and the water begins. It is a vision of perfect calm. You curl your fingers around the heaviest stone, the gray rock of old resentment. You feel its rough edges dig into your palm one last time. You feel the muscle strain in your arm from carrying it, and then, with a sigh that comes from the very depths of your being, you uncurl your fingers and let it go. It does not splash. It simply parts the surface of the water with a soft, kissing sound and sinks, a dark shape drifting down, becoming smaller and smaller until it is swallowed by the peaceful darkness below as it disappears. A tension in your jaw that you had forgotten was there simply melts away one by one. You take the stones, you acknowledge their weight, their coldness, their history, and one by one, you release them to the deep, still water, the smooth pebble of chronic worry. It sinks without a trace, the sharp stone of a painful memory. It vanishes into the calm darkness. With each release, a part of your spirit feels lighter, cleaner, as if a space once clogged with cold stone is now being washed with clear, warm light. You are not throwing them away in anger. You are simply letting them go, returning them to the stillness from which they came. Your shoulders drop. Your spine lengthens. Your breath flows in and out in a slow, effortless rhythm you have not known in years. When the last stone is gone from your hands, you look at your empty palms, feeling the ghost impressions of the weights that are Longer there, the slight chill in your skin is already fading, replaced by a gentle warmth. You look up at the starry sky, and then down at its perfect reflection in the lake, and you realize there is no longer any difference between the two. The peace outside has become the peace inside. The vast, silent tranquility of the cosmos is now the vast, silent tranquility within your own heart. The Spirit's presence envelops you in a final, wordless embrace of approval and peace, and the starlit scene gently dissolves around you, leaving you floating in a weightless, serene darkness, ready for a sleep untroubled by any weight at all. The weightless darkness around you begins to shift not into light, but into a deeper, softer dimension of rest. You feel yourself being gently lowered, as if onto a bed of clouds, though there is nothing beneath you but a comforting sense of support. The last echoes of the lake's stillness still resonate within your chest, a quiet hum of peace that syncs with the rhythm of your own heart beat, thump, bump, a slow, steady drum thump, bump, the sound of life itself, calm and untroubled. A new sensation begins to bloom at the very edges of your awareness, a gentle golden warmth that has no source. It seems to be everywhere at once. It is not the warmth of the sun, but something more fundamental, the warmth of pure, nurturing energy. It seeps into you, not through your skin, but directly into your spirit, filling the spaces that were once occupied by the cold. Heavy stones, it feels like liquid sunlight, pouring into you, warming you from the inside out, a deep, soothing heat that loosens the final. Tiny knots of tension hidden in the deepest muscles of your back, your neck, your shoulders. You feel yourself unwinding, melting into this boundless, supportive embrace, and then the silence itself begins to sing a single, pure note that seems to come from the very center of the universe. It holds no melody, only a perfect, unwavering tone that vibrates through every particle of your being. It is the harmonic of the stars, the sound of peace made audible. This sound does not enter through your ears. It simply is, and you are within it as it washes over you. Any lingering, scattered thoughts in your mind simply quiet. Like ripples smoothing out on a still pond, your mind becomes that still pond, clear and calm, reflecting nothing but the vast, serene sky above. The golden warmth and the pure tone intertwine, weaving a cocoon of absolute tranquility around you. Within this cocoon, time has no meaning. There is no yesterday, no tomorrow. There is only this infinite. Peaceful now, you feel a gentle pressure, a loving firmness, as if you are being swaddled by the very hands of the night itself. Every sense is gently lulled, sight has faded into a soft, dark glow. Sound has become the single, Sustaining hum touch is only the feeling of being perfectly held, perfectly safe. You are drifting in the space between breaths, in the quiet between heartbeats, in the profound stillness that exists at the core of all things, a final, soft whisper, the last conscious thought you will entertain tonight, drifts through the warm, humming darkness. You are restored, you are whole. It is your own voice, yet it is also the voice of the forest, the lake, the spirit. All are one in this peace. Let go of even this. The whisper encourages. Let go of listening, let go of feeling. Surrender completely. And so you do, you release the last thread of awareness, allowing the golden warmth and the pure tone to dissolve into a seamless, boundless, and silent night. Your breathing slows to a whisper. Your heart rests, and you sink finally and completely into a deep, dreamless, and healing sleep. The silent night holds you in a seamless embrace for a timeless time, a vast and velvety darkness where nothing is required, not a breath, not a thought, not a single beat of your heart. You are suspended in the quiet that exists before the dawn of any world, a perfect primal peace. This is not emptiness, it is fullness, the fullness of absolute rest. Then so gently it is barely a change at all, a soft pressure begins to form around you, not a sound, but the feeling of a sound, a deep, resonant hum that is felt in your bones rather than heard. It is the earth's own lullaby, the core of the planet singing a slow, steady note of stability and age. This vibration cradles you, its frequency so low and so constant it becomes the new foundation of your being. You are no longer floating. You are rooted, anchored in the enduring strength of the world, safe in the knowledge that this ground has held mountains for eons, and it holds you now. From this deep foundation, a new warmth begins to rise, a different warmth from the golden light before. This is the heat of a hearth, the comfortable, steady radiance of a banked fire that is burned through the long night. It does not flash or flicker, it simply glows, a persistent, cherishing heat that seeps into the very marrow of your soul. It is the warmth of a home. You have always known the feeling of being tucked beneath a heavy quilt on the coldest night of the year. Every shiver you have ever felt, every chill of fear or loneliness is now soothed away by this relentless, gentle fire. Your muscles, your nerves, your mind, all are bathed in this restorative ember glow within this warmth and this deep hum. Final release occurs. You are not letting go of stones or worries now. You are letting go of the very sense of yourself. The edges of your body soften and blur. You cannot tell where your physical form ends and the supportive darkness begins. You are becoming part of the quiet part of the hum, part of the enduring warmth. You are a thought dissolving back into the mind of the universe, a note returning to the eternal song. There is no effort in this, only a natural, graceful merging, like a drop of water finally meeting the ocean. You are both the drop and the ocean, and the peace is absolute, a single wordless intention. The last gift from the Spirit settles over you like a blessing. It is simply rest now and with that the final vestige of your awareness, the silent observer who has been witnessing this journey gently, willingly folds itself into the infinite. The deep hum becomes your breath. The enduring warmth becomes your body. The silent darkness becomes your mind, and you, whatever yours, sink into a sleep so profound, so complete, that it is no longer sleep, but a return to the source, a perfect and silent homecoming. A gentle dawn begins to bloom within the depths of your silence, not a dawn of light, but a dawn of feeling, a soft, slow return to the quietest edge of awareness. It is the feeling of a single, perfect dewdrop forming on the petal of a dream not yet dreamed, a cool, pure bead of peace that holds the entire still world within its tiny, shimmering sphere. This dewdrop of consciousness slowly, slowly rolls, and as it moves, it traces a path of gentle sensation back into your resting form. You feel the faintest impression of weight again, the comforting pressure of the moss. Beneath you, the soft crush of dry leaves that form your bed. You feel the cool, still air of the cave filling your lungs in a slow, automatic rhythm in and out, a tide so calm it barely disturbs the surface of your sleep. There is no need to open your eyes, for the world behind your eyelids is a canvas of the softest, deepest blue, the color of the sky a moment before the first ray of sun, a final, whispered breath of a thought not your own, not the Spirit's, but belonging to the forest itself, brushes against your mind. The night has cared for you, it murmurs. The peace you found is yours to keep. It is woven into you now. Like roots woven into the earth, carry it with you. Remember, you can always return here, in the quiet between your heartbeats, and with this. The last thread of the story gently unravels, dissolving back into the silence from which it came, the feeling of the cave, the scent of moss, the memory of golden leaves, all fade into a soft, featureless haze. The only thing that remains is the sensation of being profoundly, utterly rested, a soul-deep calm that is settled into every cell. Your body is heavy and limp with relaxation. Your mind is a still, clear pool. There is no past, no future, only the deep, dark, nurturing present of a perfect sleep. The gentle cadence of your own breathing becomes the only story. The slow, steady inhale, a peaceful pause, and the long, releasing exhale that carries the very last whisper of wakefulness away with it. Each breath pulls you deeper, further down into the welcoming darkness, a darkness that is no longer vast and infinite, but cozy and intimate, like the most comfortable blanket you have ever known. You are safe. You are warm, you are held, you are home, and here, in this final quiet space, where even dreams have yet to wander, you simply are, a quiet breath in the slumbering forest, a resting note in the silent song of the night, cradled in the soft, dark embrace of a peace that will last until the true morning comes. So rest now, just rest.